Hello there, and welcome to your next math lesson. Today's math lesson is called Write Numerical Expressions. So take out your math notebook, open to the next available page, and write that at the top. Write Numerical Expressions. Now, you know from yesterday's lesson and from your vocabulary that numerical expressions, a numerical expression is a combination of numbers, that's the numerical part, with at least one operation. So even something as simple as 3 times 2, that's a numerical expression. You also know, however, from yesterday's lesson about order of operations that they can get a lot more complicated than that. Today, though, we're not using the order of operations to solve numerical expressions. Today, we're writing numerical expressions from real-life situations. So let's dive into one of those real-life situations. Let's say there's Justin. Justin goes out to dinner, and he buys 3 tacos. Let's say each taco is $2, so they're $2 each. And let's say he also has a $1 off coupon. How could we write this as a numerical expression? Well, the easiest way to do it is to take it piece by piece. First of all, he has 3 tacos, and they're $2 each. So that's 3 times 2. That's one operation in this numerical expression. We also know he has $1 off. In order to take something off, we need to subtract. So another operation is subtract $1. Okay? Now, how would we put this together as a numerical expression? We just take the two operations and we put them together. 3 times 2 minus 1. And now he has three tacos times $2 each. That's 6 minus the $1 off coupon. He'll spend $5 for his 3 tacos. Now that's a cheap dinner. Let's do another example together. A ticket to a baseball game costs $25. So we're going to put a little spacer here to make sure we know we're on a separate problem now. A ticket to a baseball game costs $25. Okay, and popcorn costs $8. 3 friends bought tickets and popcorn. So that's 3 people. They bought tickets for $25 and popcorn for $8. Okay, let's write an expression that shows the total cost of what they all spent. So they each spent $25 and they each spent $8. So we add 25 to 8. And there's 3 total people. So that's what one of them would spend 25 plus 8. To show that there's 3 of them, we would multiply that by 3. We also have to remember the order of operations here, because without parentheses, this won't be correct. We have to do the addition before the multiplication because the total number that each friend spent needs to be multiplied by the amount of friends. And if we don't put parentheses, the order of operations would say we do the multiplication before the addition. So we need to put parentheses here so that we find out what the total cost each person spent was before we multiply it by the amount of people spending it. Okay, so those are some real life situations and that's how you could turn them into expressions. Here's another thing you sometimes have to do with expressions. Sometimes you'll be given a phrase and you have to turn it into a number expression. Like an example would be divide 15 by 3, comma, then add 13. So how would we turn this into a numerical expression? Well, it tells us what to do first and what to do second. It says divide 15 by 3. Now, it's easy to get these in the wrong order here. 15 is being divided by 3. So which is the dividend and which is the divisor? The dividend is the number that's divided, and the divisor is the one that does the dividing. So the dividend is the one that's cut up into pieces by the divisor. It's kind of like the dividend is the bread and the divisor is the knife. If I wanted to say that something was cut, that some bread was cut by a knife, would I say the bread was cut by the knife, or would I say the knife was cut by the bread? I'd say the bread was cut by the knife. So the dividend is cut into pieces by the divisor. So this is 15 divided by 3. I don't want to say 3 divided by 15. Then I'm mixing up my dividend and my divisor. No, I'm supposed to do this first, and it says then add 13. And I don't need to put the 15 divided by 3 into parentheses because I'll naturally do division before addition if I follow the order of operations anyways. But it wouldn't make it wrong. I can put this in parentheses to show that I do that first, even though I would already do it first. Okay, so that is how I would write this as an expression. Here's another one. Subtract 4 from 20, then divide by 2. Subtract 4 from 20, then divide by 2. This is another situation where it's easy to accidentally get these numbers reversed. I know I'm subtracting here because it says subtract 4 from 20. So do I write this or do I write this? I'm subtracting 4 from 20, which means I start with 20 and then 4 is taken from it. Imagine if you had 20 Skittles and someone took 4 from you. That wouldn't mean 4 minus 20. That would mean 20 minus 4. So I do this first and then I divide by 2. Now this is a situation where I absolutely need parentheses because I'm supposed to do the subtraction before the division because it says then after this divide by 2. And if I don't put parentheses, division comes before subtraction in the order of operations. So I absolutely have to put parentheses here. I did not need to put these parentheses here, but I do need these ones. Okay, let's do one more of those. Let's see, add 9 and 4, then multiply by 2. Add 9 and 4, then multiply by 2. How do I add 9 and 4? I just add 9 and 4. In this case, it doesn't matter which order the numbers go in because the commutative property of addition says that the order of the addends doesn't change the sum. So I could put 9 and 4, or I could put 4 plus 9. It doesn't matter. Add 9 and 4. That needs to be in parentheses because I do the multiplication second. It says then multiply by 2. So then times 2. I have to put that in parentheses because in the order of operations, multiplication comes before addition. And so if I don't put these parentheses here, I would do 4 times 2 and then add 9, but that's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to add 9 and 4, and then I'm supposed to multiply by 2. So this is how we put this in. We would write this phrase as an expression. Okay, now that is your lesson for today. It's about taking real life situations and writing them as expressions. Make sure you click on the assignment attached below this video, and I will catch you next time. Signing off.